Let's get physical. It's Jordan here, back again with this week's update on all the physical releases coming to the Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2. It is February the 9th until the 13th. Let's see what we've got this week. Blazblue Entropy X is releasing in North America this week. I think Europe will have to wait a tad longer. If you were expecting this to be another Blazblue fighting game, you would be wrong, because it is a spin-off where the characters from the series are now in a side-scrolling action roguelike. Flashy combat is the order of the day, along with a bag of ice to cool down from some of the character artwork on display here. Most people would say that the story is kinda terrible, but the gameplay is top-notch. It looks like it could be a good one to add to the collection, although there is the caveat that it is very highly priced for some reason. It's not a AAA title, guys. Anyways, my executive producers, Miami Sunrise and Instacritic, have chosen this as their pick of the week. Totally Reliable Delivery Service Definitive Edition is releasing this week, although there is some weird time thing going on in my head, because I could have sworn this had already released physically in a non-definitive edition, but I guess my brain decided to make that up. Thank you, brain. Next time, make up something more interesting for me. This is one of those comical physics games where wobbly over-the-top chaos is where most of the enjoyment will come from if you're like 11 or something. Reviews are a bit mixed, with most of the complaints aimed at the controls, but if you've worn out Goat Simulator or something, this could be a decent distraction, and my executive producer Dave Huswaite has chosen this as his pick of the week. And if you want it or any of the retail games in this video, please consider purchasing via the links down below in the description and pinned comment. That massively helps me out, this series, this channel, to keep producing useful physical content for you guys. And VGP are a very nice company with free worldwide shipping on orders over 75 Canadian bucks, like 54 American dollars or something. Plus, each week if you buy something via my link, you are put into a draw to have a chance of winning a $10 discount coupon. And this week's winner is Isaac. Oh, congratulations, Isaac. You should get an email from VGP with your discount coupon in the coming days. Thank you so much for your support, and everyone else out there. Kemco RPG Selection Volume 3 is releasing in North America this week. I'm sure Europe will follow in the future, but I don't believe there is a date set for it as of yet. This release contains Frayne, Dragon's Odyssey, Sephirothic's Stories, As Divine Dios, and Illusion of Elfalcia. You know the deal with these already. It's also releasing on PlayStation 5. Mario Tennis Fever is releasing this week on Nintendo Switch 2 exclusively. We tend to always get a Mario Tennis game early in the life of a new console, with no doubt a golf one following a year later. And this one looks pretty good. I don't think it's going to be the hot new exclusive to send the Switch 2 into the stratosphere, but it looks like a solid addition to the library if you're looking for some arcadey sports action with a dash of personality. It's going to have a story mode, and the gimmick involves like different racket types. I don't know if I'll be jumping on it like immediately, but maybe I'll get it down the line. And my executive producers, JCross7776, OGCIB, Justin PDC, Super Ben Julio, Dane Wilkinson, and Viz have chosen this as their pick of the week. ChromaGun 2 Die Hard is another Nintendo Switch 2 physical release, another proper one on the cartridge. I'm not even embarrassed to say this, but I am much more excited to play this on Nintendo Switch 2 than Mario Tennis Fever. Now, this is releasing on other consoles as well, but it is a sequel to a solid if unremarkable color-using puzzle game. It's like if Portal shot colors instead of, well, portals. However, this sequel seems to have upped the ante somewhat. It's looking slicker, edgier, a bit more style, and honestly, I can't wait for this. It's been published by PM Studios, who are going all in on the Switch 2 physicals, and hopefully this one is worth supporting. Nintendo Switch 2 is also getting 2 game keys this week: Yakuza Kiwami 3 and Dark Tides, and Reanimal. Boo! Alright, the low print limited pre-order releases. Super Bomberman Collection is Red Art Games' latest Switch and Switch 2 physical release, and it is their first Switch 2 release. So yeah, as with most of their games, with a big name like this, it is a game that is going to be readily available at retail when it comes out in August for the Nintendo Switch. I covered all of the full details about the physical release in a couple of videos already. The Nintendo Switch 2 physical is a proper cartridge, and it will be available exclusively at VGP in North America and Red Art Games in Europe. If you want to get the Nintendo Switch 2 edition, you're gonna have to buy it from those places. That is going to be hugely popular, but the original Switch physical will have a deluxe edition, and that is also exclusive to Red Art Games' website, and they're only going to be making 500 copies of it. It is the same price as the standard edition, but has a nice cover sleeve as well as a fun little stress ball. I don't know if this will be as successful as the Switch 2 physical, because of course most people want to be supporting the future of physical media, but if you are adamant about having a perfect Switch collection like the OG Switch, then this deluxe edition is exclusive to redartgames.com, and if you order from there you can get 10% off with my code Jordan10. But either way, both the Switch, the OG Switch, and the Switch 2 have exclusive sale locations in some way. It's kind of complicated, but yeah, the collection is fantastic, by the way. Watch my video about it after this one. And my executive producers, Jeddah Crow, Robotech, Firm Returns, Cartoon Soren, Jake Vav, Josh Foot, The Nemo 6, Dave Horworth, Jennifer M, Azareth, Mr. Awesome, Kava Clavacol, Jimmy A. Guerrero, Nerdy Sean, and my brand new executive producer, John Jamin, have chosen this as their pick of the week. Lollipop Chainsaw RePOP Nintendo Switch 2 Edition is Limited Run Games' latest Nintendo Switch 2 game. They sure do know how to start off with a whimper. Who have they left in charge since Josh left? Another re-release of a game they pretty much just did, with some people still not even getting their collector's editions they pre-ordered ages ago. Like, it is a good release, a fun game, but it's coming to Japan. Many people have pre-ordered that one already, for much cheaper, by the way. And they've done this game already. They've already sucked the hype out of their Nintendo Switch 2 potential lineup. Like, what's next? Plumbers don't wear ties, Nintendo Switch 2 edition? Come on, get some hype going. Anyways, pre-orders are open now, and my executive producers Kevin W, D's Nuts, and my brand new executive AMH have chosen this as their pick of the week. Fear Effect 2 Retro Helix is Limited Run's other game this week, and it's a much more exciting one. Following on from doing the first game, they're now doing the sequel. Expect a bare bones port of a PS1 cult classic with some dodgy fan art masquerading as the classic characters. This one obviously had much less impact than the original, with its tank controls of 3D characters over full motion backgrounds, and this also came out when the PS2 was already on the market, so I think this one flew under the radar for many, but still, I'm excited for modern gamers to give it a try. And my executive producers Lewis K, Joshua L, and Punky Dooster have chosen this as their pick of the week. Alright, the import section, Play Asia territory. If you want to import any video games, then you can also use my links for Play Asia, and if you click my link you can get 5% off with the code Jordan2026. Hakuoki Sweet School Life is the only real import that may be worth importing this week. It is quiet in the East for some reason. This is an otome visual novel, a fun spin-off of sorts of the Hakuoki series. Instead of the old-timey era, the characters are transplanted into a modern-day school life scenario, and I'm sure much hijinks will occur. Now, this has taken a while to manifest. It's been on pre-order for a long time, but my guess is they were doing a proper job with the translation, because this is the first time the game will be available in English officially. Probably won't excite most casual gamers, but otome fans will be very happy indeed. It's in a standard edition as well as a limited edition, and my executive producers Ghost Bune, Sora Cat, Danielle O, and Surfacing for Air have chosen this as their pick of the week. Beyblade X Xone, Asia is also getting this, and this comes with some sort of gizmo. We already have this game in the West, but without that peripheral. Now, before I get into the community spotlight, if you're new here, please do hit that subscribe button, okay? It will be the best thing you do today, I promise. If you like physical video games, you'll get all the information you'll ever need right here on this channel, so do yourself a favor and subscribe. Alright, the community spotlight. Miami Sunrise sent in this photo with the 2 Shirin games on the Switch, both very enjoyable if you're committed to conquering the dungeons with its harsh roguelike progression. VGP did a reprint of both of these titles if you want to grab them. JB in My Knot sent in this photo picking up one of the Hidden Objects games, which I somehow always miss in these weekly videos. There's like a dozen of them, and they just seem to pop into existence. I can understand why they don't announce these with much fanfare, but it's weird how I miss every single one of them. Surfacing for Air sent in this photo with a bunch of games getting in Bug Fables, the limited run version. There is a new version coming out from Red Art Games, but that keeps getting pushed back. It was due for this month, but now it's March, and then who knows after that. Instacritic sent in this photo. I usually dislike every time limited run tries to imitate old console box art, like, you know, where they have, instead of the PlayStation logo down the spine of something, it'll say limited run and it's just infinitely tacky. But I do think they nailed that turbo graphics design. That looks pretty sweet. Lewis K sent in this photo with a couple of import exclusives like Dark Auction, which appears to have come with a bonus trading card, and nice to see Jurgen's sister looking so fine. Dave Horwath sent in this photo with an import exclusive alongside the Steelbook edition of Trials in the Sky First, the first chapter, which VGP have in stock right now if you missed it from a limited run. Super Ben Julio sent in this photo with Indica, and I swear people are just sending me photos of this game to send me into a state of madness. Madhawk110 sent in this photo picking up Heart of Crown, which has some kind of like retro appeal in the box art there. It looks like a Saturn RPG or something, but sadly, it's a card game. Dead Bunny's YouTube picked up Quake 2 from VGP, who in turn got it from Limited Run Games. Always a fun time to have a boomer shooter, especially one as classic as Quake 2. These Nuts sent in this photo of the collector's edition of Omega Labyrinth Life. This is the one that does have English. Okay, the Hong Kong release, sadly the Japanese one doesn't, but who needs that when you've got awesome box art like this? Cartoon Soren sent in this photo with Jedi Power Battles. I do like it when retro games come back, even one as janky as this, but I think early 3D titles do lose a hell of a lot when presented in crisp HD. Like CRTs really helped early 3D games be more immersive and look better. Firm Return sent in this photo. Shout out to Suikoden as per usual. I'm really hoping the mobile game they're working on is more than just a mobile game. I hope it stands as a proper game by itself. It's looking good. Ghost Bune sent in this photo with the collector's edition of Omori, which I don't know if that's purposely textured that way, but it looks kind of nice. Mr. Awesome sent in this photo with Majogami, the import exclusive. It's also on the original Switch, and I don't know how successful this has been as a physical release in Japan. I don't think it charted, which is a bit of a worry. Kresalak sent in this photo with Fukubukuru, the collection. I would be interested to know which of these games are solidly playable without any English. Let me know if you've played any of them. Polar TM sent in this photo picking up Neverwinter Nights from Limited Run, which actually shipped ahead of schedule, and I think this was a really big release for them. Alright, let's have a roundup. Axeru, Robert M, Kat Kilad, Devil Angel, Pabs, Adelson, Bent S, Robin H, Bunny Bear, Steph M, Joey, The Family OG, Twig E. Alright, if you want to send in your photos, the details are on the screen right now. Special thanks to my executive producers, as always, over on Patreon. Thank you so much for your support. Plus, you watching right now. Yeah, if you watched all the way through, you are a legend too. Don't worry about that. And because it's Mario Tennis Fever Week, then leave me a tennis emoji in the comments and watch some of my other stuff. Have a fantastic day. Take care.